the lights on, cameras roll, time to break the mold. No more silence, every story's gotta be told. Truth in the air, no filter, no disguise. Real talk, real change, we open up your eyes. We got the voices that are changing the game. Fearless, unchained, calling our names. From the struggles to the rise, we expose, we ignite. No topic too deep when you step in the light. We got the answers, spotlight at your truth be heard. Unfiltered conversations, every thought, every word. We challenge, we question, we dive in the deep, breaking the silence. No secrets we keep. From the pain to the power, the lessons we learn. Voices of the people, let the fire burn. Dr. Donna, Dr. Laxley, leading the way, guiding the truth in a world full of gray. Experts, activists, voices untold. Everyday heroes with stories so bold. This is more than a show, it's a movement, a spark, illuminating shadows, bringing light to the dark. We got the voices that are changing, be heard. Unfiltered conversations, every thought, every word. We challenge, we question, we dive in the deep, breaking the silence. No secrets we keep. Step into the spotlight, let your truth be heard. Unfiltered conversations, every thought, every word. We challenge, we question, we dive in the deep, breaking the silence. No secrets we keep. We got the voices, spotlight, let your truth be heard. Unfiltered conversations, every thought, every word. We challenge, we question, we dive in the deep, breaking the silence. No secrets we keep. And if you want the real, then tune in right now. We're breaking down walls, no backing down. One mic, one voice, one mission tonight. Step into the spotlight, let's get it right. Let's get it right. Head to the spotlight. Let's get it right. What do?
Hello everyone, and welcome to In the Spotlight. This is the home of unfiltered conversations where real talk is what we do. And I am none other than Dr. Donna Thompson.
I'm Dr. Laxley Stephenson, and together, well, according to Donna, we are your fearless moderators. How fearless do you feel today, Dr. Donna?
Oh, very fearless.
Well, I tell you who's fearless. We have Dr. Art Hines on set with us right now, and Mr. Joseph West, and I know they are fearless.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Donna, we're back live. We've been away for a while.
Yeah, we have been away for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. No, it's a minute.
How do you turn 2 weeks into a minute?
You know, it went by so quickly that it is almost like, sure, it was here and gone.
Here and gone, just like that. Dr. Hines, how you doing?
I'm wonderful.
You wonderful?
I feel good.
What did Kenya do to you, man?
Kenya changed me. It changed me forever.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
Let's hear from Joey West. Joey, what did Kenya do to you? We know what Kenya did to you. We saw it.
Mind blowing experience. Definitely a unique, one of a kind thing to happen, and I couldn't be feeling happier or more blessed to have been a part of that, and to see just when you put your heart in the right place and do the right things for people, what falls into place and what happens. And the people we met, the love we were shown, just incredible. And as Art said, yeah, it's definitely affected me forever too. Also, that's quite a trip, quite a trip.
Donna, we have two of our teammates on, and they've been changed forever.
That's awesome.
Very much so. You know, Donald, what happened? What transpired over the past 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks now, right? Because we've been back for a little bit. What happened?
What did not happen? Okay, so of course we went to Kenya and we had all these wonderful, great initiatives of community service outreach that we had to do. But within that, it was like one of our other team members had put it, it was like a roller coaster ride for 2 weeks. It was just emotions high, emotions low, emotions high, and then you drop again. We experienced so much within 2 weeks. It's almost difficult to just talk about it just on this show for 1 hour because it was just so many different things that was happening. And it was good things, right? It was really good things because the work we went there to do, we accomplished what we set out to do. But I know that everyone left with a different perspective, and we really got the feel of Kenya.
So much that it changed my brother, Dr. Art Hines, for good. Talk about perspective. Dr. Hines, share with us, how did this transformation happen? What changed?
I think what I was able to see and hear and discern and learn, it all came together as a unit. And I think it's the unit that impacted me most, because there were some things that I witnessed that was remarkable. And I would say the physical beauty of the country itself, it just struck me as being a remarkable place. It just reminded me of God's creation of earth. It just appeared to me that this had to be one of his most remarkable creations. When I look out at the horizon, I didn't see just one horizon. I saw horizon after horizon after horizon. I said, that's very unusual to me, unique. Just sheer beauty. Green, 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 and a deep blue sky. It's just a beautiful, physical, beautiful country. What struck me most as far as being most impactful on me were the children. I saw bright eyes, enthusiasm coming from the children, especially the primary children. And I saw so much potential. And it just reminded me that this is a remarkable opportunity, even though I think the financial condition or status of the children could use some improvement. And I think even though outside entities are chipping in to help, but I also feel very strongly that the government of Kenya could do more and could do better by the children. I wasn't very pleased at what I saw in terms of what the government itself is done about its most precious resource. And as far as I'm concerned, the children are the most precious resource there is, because they are the future of the country itself. And I think it's time to allow the control of the future of the country to be given more to the youth, not just hand it over to the youth, but at the same time, I think there's a need to allow more youthful input into the decisions that the country is making for themselves. I think the ideas that the youth has are good ideas. Over 30%, substantial amount of the population in Kenya are young folk under 30 years old. So I thought that that's a wonderful opportunity. And at the same time, I just feel like more resources should be spent on developing those youth so that they can make an even more meaningful contribution to the country. And I think the time to do that is now. So even though I do have observations of many types, I just limit myself to those two right now.
All right. So things change. I don't know if you saw it, but shortly after we left, there was some major protests. So things are happening, right? But that's their business. So,
yeah.
Doctor, we have Yvonne on. Oh, wow.
Hi, Yvonne.
Hello, hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, all.
Evening.
Awesome. So, Yvonne, we're here having a discussion. Dr. Hines just laid out what he saw as very important. Of course, we know the children are the future, always, right? And then the society, and we got to take care of them, right? So, Joey West, what changed you?
Oh boy. Let's see. Observations there. A lot. My heart changed a lot instead of being so Grinchish, shall we say. Kind of opened up and expanded quite a lot. Mind also got expanded too, to see how little some of these folks have, how far they go with what little they have, how much they make it work. What also changed was to see the dedication, the love, and just the good fortune those kids have. As unfortunate as the situations are, what good that these people do with so little, and the persistence that they have, that changed me a lot there. In the giving part, it's like, yep, made me realize I do some giving I had before, but now it's like even more. I want to try to do more even in my own community and so on and so forth, because a lot of needy people out there, a lot of folks out there hurting. And yeah, just that. And as Art said too, also what killed me is one, the vegetation, two, the lushness, the greenness, but also that sky, which was just never stopped.
Mhm.
The beauty that was there, again, as it said, not only in the land but also in the people. Just the way we were treated, as I said, the hospitality, the love, the camaraderie, uh, the mutual respect back and forth. We appreciated them, they appreciated us. Made me also, I've always been that way with more looking for the same like-minded people, and I've always been blessed enough to have that. And this just made me expand more, to seek more people like that. For instance, I got back, and as you say, we're always here to help, to serve. So as I was getting we had the heat wave here, as I was having my AC repaired, young gentleman came down there, young brother came over and was saying his car just broke down up the road, didn't have any gas, and we hope he could get a hand. So of course I'm sitting there waiting for my appointment. The guy's still holding me up for whatever. So I asked him to borrow the gas can. I took the brother up the road, got the gas, brought him back to his car so he could get to his appointment at DMV and so on and so forth. And after that was done, it just felt so good, just helping others. So as I said, and that's basically what one of the things I got out of the trip. So yeah, just really being helpful to others and being more mindful.
You know,
Yeah.
Donna, you can add your piece here, but Joey and Dr. Art, Joey brought music to the students and to others in Kenya, and that was a big piece of our initiative, our outreach program. And Dr. Art, he got us off pretty much every morning, right, with a good
Huh?
word.
Oh yeah.
Word, and this was just so important. Now, Donna, so add what you want to add. We want to get Yvonne into the conversation because Yvonne played another major role as well. You know, he played a major role in so many ways. She played a major role in so many ways. But Donna, let me let you jump in here and add your piece.
Um, I just, for myself, of course, this was my second time going to Kenya, right? So for me, the experience, it was different. It was a different experience, but I felt like I was like just going back home. I felt like I was going back home because, initially my body left there, but since I was there in 2023, my spirit never left. And so going back this time, it was different in the sense that I was really able to enjoy the country more, everything that the country had to offer, and just really had a good time with everything that we were doing, and just really living in that moment and enjoying the people that we were around. That was just, I mean, they just showed us so much love and compassion, which we experienced that before when we went there, but it just really felt like going back home and just being a kid and having fun. Even being in the safari was like, oh wow, this is really neat. So that was great. But of course, even with that, I think I got a better view and vision of the work that still need to be done there, and knowing that it will require like-minded individuals and a team to be able to do some of the work that we need to do, and realizing that you may not be able to fix everything, but even if you can do just a drop in the bucket to help, it makes such a huge difference in those children's lives. So it's not like you have to, give them grandiose anything, but just small little things that that we can do will have a lasting impact. So, just knowing that, we just have to move forward and just continue doing the work.
And you talk about like-minded individuals, and we have 5 like-minded individuals on set today. So we're on the right path, right?
Mhm.
We're on the right path. So Yvonne, now you came there as a civilian, but you're a nurse in real time, in real life. But you why is Joey laughing? you you showed up in a big way in so many ways, and the children, the babies, and the elderly, they were your target market. So talk to us about your experience.
Well, joy apart from our adventure, um, the real thing that I really liked about the trip is the togetherness of the team, that we're all on the same page. I felt the unity, and I also felt, like I put in one of my posts, it's like each one of us that was there, it was like, when you have a relationship and you wish that person had this quality and that quality, it's everybody that was there made up one person with everybody's own uniqueness. I felt that was like you'd have I would have a boyfriend and they have all of these qualities.
Wow.
I took that away, and that felt very good for me. I've done a lot of travels, like and I've done a lot of community service abroad and home. And that's one of my passion of serving. And being out there, one of the first thing was the brotherhood and the uniqueness of everybody. And I felt like it was one person that I was friends with, and it felt very good.
Hmm.
And there were little snippets of stuff, but it's like a family, and we know how to correct each other, and we know how to make it work, and it just felt so right. I don't know how perfect a life could be but it just felt right for me. That was one of my biggest giveaway takeaway from this trip. And also the community service that we did, planting the trees, was like I was in heaven when I was doing that. I really wanted to do something fruity, to plant fruity, so I can always have a reason to go back. That kind of thing. The children, it was wonderful because that's my passion, Laxley, working with children. I've always, that's always centered to me. So I felt gratified knowing that I was there as part of the team to help in that effort. And like Donna said, I also feel the same. Like, it's my first time, but I felt I was at home.
Hmm.
I felt I was not that because I've gone several times, but my first time I just felt I was at home. And I have to put myself into reality. Say I had to go so many miles to get there, and it cost so much to get there. Versus Jamaica, I want to go home. I felt Kenya would be a place for me to go and feel comfortable, like I would in Jamaica. That's how I felt. There's always that need there, because in Jamaica I always find the need is there, and can I have that need? And I just felt that the two things were like same. It's just one is further to get to, that kind of thing. But most of all for me was the fellowship that we as the team um, put together, and I felt we were like one in different ways, and I loved that.
Hmm. Lots of love, lots of unity. Let's talk about collaboration, because Dr. Donna was the main organizer, right? Of course, we supported her, but she was the main organizer. But that was on this side of the pond, right? There were some other folks involved. So, Donna, can you talk about that, the collaboration, the whole spirit, how that played out?
Um, so of course we knew Elizabeth, right? We knew Elizabeth. Um, However, because of her illness, sometimes she wasn't able to do some of the tasks, to carry out some of those tasks. But working with Honorable Leonard, we never met him in person until we got to Kenya. And just working with him in meetings, phone calls, preparation, and all that we had to do, he made sure everything was in place. Every place we had to stay, he visited. He made sure everything was, all the I's were dotted, all the T's were crossed. And when we got there, it was as though we just knew him all along. And he also ensured that the individuals that he chose to be a part of the team on the ground there, they were also in alignment with the vision and the mission. And so because of that, even that team on the ground, when we met them, it was just like a perfect puzzle coming together. And we just all fit in place, and we knew what we were there to do, and everybody just worked well together and just carried out the mission.
And as Yvonne, put it, that it's a relationship with many, getting all the best qualities from each, right? So awesome. So, Dr. Hines, I know that for you, you've always wanted to go to Africa.
Yes.
You went to Africa. You went out ahead of us, and you had an opportunity to spend time one day ahead of us, right? So.
Yeah.
Let's share your experience in terms of the outreach programs that we did. What stood out the most for you?
Well, first of all, let me just acknowledge the hospitality that I gained from the Honorable Leonard, who was my roommate and my caretaker on my first day on the continent. He was a remarkable host. We did a lot of touring. We went to a lot of places. We met a lot of people, mostly his relatives. He has a remarkable family. We went out on the town and we just had a wonderful time. And this was all my first day on the continent. So I just thought it was remarkable. But to get to your question about what impacted me the most, is that pretty accurate assessment of what you're asking me? What impacted me the most about the initiatives we had?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to point to the children. I see Kenya as a world potential. Kenya, the city of Nairobi has 6 million people. And out of a population that size, you will have every description and every extreme there is. So that is some awesome potential. And when you put that up against the backdrop of the young children, the primary school children, the comprehensive school children, and you look at the kind of potential that they hold within their heads and hearts, it's awesome what can be realized. So when I look at the Kenyans, mostly what I could see was potential. I just said, this is some awesome potential. here's potential that is almost, relatively speaking, almost untapped. So I think with the right kind of leadership, and I think there is some initiative that's headed toward the kind of leadership that will be able to tap into that potential that it holds. But I think once that potential is realized, I think we're looking at a country and a people that is essentially unstoppable and is competitive, if not has the potential to lead the whole world. So my first impression was, you know, the potential of the children. And then, you know, what really topped it off, to tell you the truth, was to realize an audience with one of my long-standing heroes, PLO Lumumba. I've listened to him speak for a number of years, and I've always appreciated his level of knowledge. I've always appreciated the worldview that he holds, not just for the continent of Africa. He's a Kenyan, and he's not a selfish Kenyan. He extends his knowledge and his services throughout the continent. And he doesn't have a very small outlook. He can sit in his chair in his office and he sees situations all over the world. He knows what's going on in America, as well as Europe, as well as any part of Africa you can think of. And I agree with his assessment as to what is happening there and what can be done and what potential is there to be tapped. And to be able to sit in this office and converse with him in person was just remarkable. I think that was one of the highlights of the trip for me. And to add the cherry on top of that delicious dessert, I think when he gave us an opportunity to visit his home, and we did, and we enjoyed the hospitality that his hosts gave us, it was just remarkable. Even the area of the country where his home is located off of Lake Victoria, I was just consumed by that because I just think it's a beautiful area. It has some of the elements that I grew up with. Somewhat agrarian area where the people were still grazing the cows along the road. I just thought, this is just like home. That's what I did when I was a kid. So it just helped to make me feel at home. So it was remarkable. I put it that way.
Yeah, remarkable indeed. Let's take a quick break, and when we'll come back, we'll talk some more about the actual initiatives that we did. All right, so let's take a quick break.
I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I wake up in the morning and I praise the Lord. I thank Him for His protection, and I walk in His steps, declaring that today's provision is set up for me. I love God and I love my friends. Yeah, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid. I put on my armor and I write His word, blessing come out of my mouth. Cause I know to whom I belong, I am bold for Christ. Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying His presence wherever He sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. Loving others as He told me to pray for healing, miracles to see, knowing my identity in Christ, He is in me. I am a bold kid, He loves me, standing firm on His word, proclaiming everything I heard, not afraid because He is with me. Be bold. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. Put on my armor and I let His word blessing come out of my mouth. Because I know to whom I belong, I am bold for Christ. Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying His presence wherever He sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back to In the Spotlight, the home of raw, unfiltered information where nothing is left on the table. Now, let us show some photos, right? And Donna, look at this. Caribou. Caribou cat. Art was just talking about PLO, professor. And so just run through these videos real quick. I see Yvonne there hanging out. That was a school where we did some amazing work. So we're going to run through these photos real quick. That was one of our first stop there at an orphanage. Of course, we can show the kids. And here's another shot of another school. It looked like some partying going on right here. And that was at Honorable Leonard's house. That was definitely at his house right there. And that was celebration that we had there at his house. And look at this one. I'm going to stop this one right here.
Wow. Love this one.
We stopped it just for you, Yvonne.
Love this one. Yes, man.
Some 90-plus-year-old folks up in this one, right?
Yes.
Then we were dressed up in our Maasai outfit. How cool is that, right?
Very cool.
There we are with the governor, Dr. Wilbert of Viega County. We actually had 2 meetings with him, right?
Right.
Which was quite instrumental, quite powerful. More school stuff. What's going on here? We have Yvonne in here, Joey, Emerald, Dr. Art.
That was at Professor's house.
Yeah. And this is our office right here, Donna. In Kakamega County. And there you are. Conducting some business at your office away from home. And here it is, the music fees, right? We had fun on our final night there. We had a grand time, and these folks here really entertained us and took care of us. All right, so that is that one. Let's take it out of here. All right, so yeah. So Dr. Donna, walk us through some of the initiatives that we actually did.
Wow. Okay, so of course we started in Nairobi. And one of our first initiatives that we did in Nairobi was visiting one of the children orphanages in Nairobi. And there we were able to provide the children with some food items that I think will probably last them maybe a good month or so, and also clothing. So we were able to do some food, and we had a clothing drive there as well. And we were also able to provide sanitary towels for that orphanage in Nairobi, because they had, if I'm not mistaken, it's like from the little ones up to teenage years. So they had, the different age groups there. Then after that, we traveled, what Honorable Lenny says, up country. So we traveled to up country. We took a, what was that? Seemed like a 10-hour bus drive, I think.
6.
To up country. And once we got there, then, we rested. Then the following day,
Oh, that's good.
we did some more work as, again, visiting another orphanage. Did the same thing, handed out some groceries for the children, clothing and sanitary towels for the children as well. So that was another initiative that we did. And we did this within several counties within Kenya. And then we had a toilet initiative. So where our intention really was, when we got there, we thought we were gonna kind of like break ground with a shovel to start digging for the toilet initiative. But to our surprise, they had already started, they were pretty far off with the pits. And we did 2 toilet initiatives at 2 separate schools. And both schools, they were already, pretty much done digging the actual hole for the toilets. And they're going to receive, I think it's a four latrine, I believe, that each of the schools going to receive. And we had the planting of the trees, of course, in the forest where there's a lot of deforestation. When we drove through there, you could see that there was just an incredible amount of erosion that has taken place. So the river actually, they said it's just starting to come back, because the river was actually dried up because of the deforestation. So now that the trees are growing back, they're starting to see water springing again. So hopefully that will help, so that, they'll continue to have clean water and things of that nature. So we were able to do that initiative as well. And we did, what else we did? There was one thing that we had, well, 2 things that we had that was not part of the initial initiatives. And that was providing shoes for children and a water tank. And that happened when we went to one of the schools, and one of our team members noticed that quite a number of the children did not have shoes on their feet, and inquired as to the reason behind it, and came to find out they just did not have shoes to wear, period. So with that was one thing that the team, we were able to pull together, and we were able to provide 98 pairs of shoes for the children before we left Kenya. And that was, once again, it goes back to alignment, the right team, and we all jumped in, and we knew that we had to do that. And then we have the water tank. We have the water tank that we're providing. They've already built the stand for the water tank. So now it's just a matter of purchasing the water tank and having them install the water tank. So, and then even with that, we had surplus of stuff that we were able to, hand out to other schools that were not even a part of our original itinerary. We're just, going by. One of the individuals with us, stated that they went to that school, and we just stopped, and we were able to, leave a few packets of, milk and things for the kids. And So, and then providing clothes for other individuals and sanitary towels for other schools. That was not a part of the itinerary. So we went there with the intention of visiting 2 schools and 4 orphanages, and we did quite a bit more than what was planned.
There was also a church that we bought cement.
Yes.
There are those elderly folks that we also provided some support as well. So there's a lot more that we did, and some planned, some not planned. But as you know, when we're doing this type of initiatives, you're going to run into situations that will appeal to us and resonate with us, and that's exactly what we did. I'm going to play another video here, and this one is a big one, right? All right, so what was that all about, right? Joey, you want to talk to us about that? What was it all about, Joey?
That was, I guess, the welcoming ceremony when we came there. When the drummers came out, I was sitting in the bus, and then I hear all this noise. Like, what's this going on here? And then I see the guys coming out with the drums and everything, and that was quite amazing. So they gave us the welcoming ceremony, and then they presented us with the gifts. The ladies, they put on the beautiful dresses there. Those things look great. And then they gave us our Maasai outfit there. They gave the elders the canes to go with, and they gave us the smaller ones. I love that. Oh, that was too cute. And Lenny dancing around there. Oh, Lenny was too much. That man got so much energy. And that was quite the welcoming ceremony. Talk about feeling at home. And as somebody said before, they're feeling at home. I felt the same way. I didn't want to leave when we got there to the outer region. It was like, I don't want to go. Just don't want to go. That nice.
You know, something that is very noticeable, right? Donna, when we went to Professor PLO's office, what's the first thing he did?
He gave you his chair.
No, not that one.
Not that one?
No,
He invited us to his home.
He offered us tea.
Yes.
Oh, tea. Oh, yeah.
Something to eat. Something to eat. That's a common thing in Kenya, maybe in Africa, I'm not sure, but in Kenya for sure. When you're a guest, you're taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
There's a level of kindness.
Feed you.
Oh, yeah.
Feeding you or some other kind of gesture of kindness is a gift that you will receive that. So that was a big standout for me, big takeaway. And it's something that we need to do here in our country, right? We need to be much better at doing that. And we don't always get that right. That act of kindness, showing gratitude, you know, and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's something that's very noticeable. I'm gonna play another act of kindness again. We went to another school, and after not only did we give, we received as well every single thing, and not just saying thank you, but they gave us something. They gave us something. Yep. Look at this.
Just a minute, wait for Madam Elizabeth.
Done. We want when you're in America and you look at that, you remember Kesogon Comprehensive School, right? So we still have bags for our ladies. The ladies now have enough bags to go for a little shopping. A little. Maybe you need some oranges. You go with it. And then now the men. For the African community, we usually put some cereals here, and then the winnowing. Yes, this is the winnowing style. So that's what you do. So for the ladies, we are going to have the bags. Very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Bags in Kenya. We are going to have them. And then get these ones for the women, for the men, I mean. Okay? Yes. So, yes. So our principal will give the men.
Mr. Principal will give the president. The president, kindly. The president is receiving the gift from the winnowing. Thank you so much.
For winnowing.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Don't throw away the goods.
Yes, the president of Africa will get it.
Oh my God.
Right away. Thank you so much. Okay. Do you remember? Where is the soldier? Where's the soldier? Where's the soldier? The soldier. Where's the soldier? Ah, soldier. Where are you? This is your president, Mr. Soldier. Yes. I mean, okay. Save it. Karibu. I'll give it to you myself. Asante sana.
Again, just that whole gesture of kindness, right? It's everywhere in Kenya. So, Yvonne, let's get back to you and talk about those ladies at Leonard's house, because they brought tears to your eyes.
Yes, the senior citizens. I know we're giving out gifts to a lot of the children, but then it just struck me. It just took me like a bolt of lightning when I saw those elderly people, and I thought they needed to be recognized. Because when I saw them, I thought about my grandmother and what she passed on to me. And it's a legacy. And I wanted to put it in the spotlight. We're spotlighting stuff now. I wanted to put them in the spotlight because from them came this generation. Even before them, but they're the ones that's carrying it on. And I thought it was so precious and it was so needed for us to recognize them and for others there to appreciate. I don't think they don't appreciate, but to bring them in the spotlight of recognition and thanks for all the contribution that they have made. And it pulls me forward to say, without them, we wouldn't have our culture. And remember the stuff that the culture part of our upbringing. So yeah, it touched me and I had to make it a part of what I had to say. My little part, I had to pull them in because I wanted everybody to recognize them and to let them feel special being recognized on that platform, that stage. Because when I look around, the thing that caught me at that moment was when I look and I didn't see them sitting where everybody was at the time. The older lady were sitting on the ground, which I know they're used to it, but she was sitting on the ground. Nobody wasn't paying her much attention. That's when it hit me. And that's when I called on the age group over 90. I didn't know how old she was, and I didn't know how many others there was, but I saw 2. And then when I called, those 2 came up, and then another gentleman came up. That lady was 100-year-old, and the other lady was 97, and the man I think was 95 or something, but they all were over age 90. And I just thought, oh my gosh, this is my grandmother. This is my grandmother, mother before her, So that legacy I wanted to bring it up forefront. And that's why when you play that video, it's like, oh yes. I was glad they were part of it because, with the presentation and I seen them, I like, yes, I'm glad I was able to bring them up into the spotlight.
And you didn't just talk about it.
I didn't just talk about it.
You step up.
I did something about it in terms of finding out from Honorable Lenny, what is it that I could do to make their lives a little bit, some brightness somewhere.
And so, we added 2 more individuals to the group. So it's not just 3, it's actually 5.
5, yes.
5, it's a total of 5. So yes. They have been taken care of, and we appreciate you for that. We appreciate all the members for. I'm gonna play another video. This time we're gonna hear Joey West. He's a talented musician, singer, and he entertained us as well as the students and the governor and the people of Kenya. So I'm gonna play this video. We'll have a little bit of talk before then. Joey will play for them.
Go, Joey.
My name is Donna Thompson, and I'm a retired nurse. It warms my heart to see your beautiful smiling faces. And what I'd like to encourage you to do is work hard. You have to work hard to achieve success. I love you, and God loves you too.
All right, so before we go we're going to play some music for you. You like music? Yes! You love music? Yes! What kind of music? Reggae music? Yes! You like Vibes Cartel? Yes! You like Movado? Yes! You like Bob Marley? Yes! We're going to give some music today. Before I give you some music, the first person that can name the name of our company. What's the name of our company?
Kampuni yao inaitwaje? Unatoka kwa organization gani?
You got it.
I condition with?
You got it.
Okay.
One of the reasons why I play this video, right? Only one person received something, but you notice how the other students clapped and rejoiced for that one person. For me, that really hit me. I didn't see anyone saying I didn't receive. They were rejoicing for that one person, and that's one of the reasons why I play that part.
Kai, amepesa mingi
I want you, all of you, to tell me who's the second person. All of you, who's the second person that came up with the name? You did it? You came up with it? Who's the next person? The second person. You came first. Who's second? Well, one thing I learned. This is one thing This is what I learned, right? As you're in the classroom or in anything in life, you should try your best to be in the front row, in the front seat. All right? So did you heard what I just said? What did I say? You should try your best to be in the front seat, the front row, the first person to be seen. So, because it's so difficult, I'm seeing you first, and I'm seeing you first. All right. Let's move to Joey playing now.
All right. If you guys know, this is Bob Marley tune, Three Little Birds. You know what it's saying, otherwise we'll help you with it.
Future musician back there.
So, Joey, how did that make you feel playing for those kids?
Wow. Now get so funny because being on the stage, normally my eyes are closed. I'm just doing my thing, not paying attention. But to see the kids sit there and react and respond, and I love that in the back there. That one little guy's just rocking, then he's sitting there, look back and sees the camera. It's like, oh, okay. To see the impact that you can have on there. That's one of the reasons I love music, because you can sit there and affect people just from music alone. uplifting them, making them feel good, and so on. And that's one of the reasons I love music, is always just making people feel good and enjoy. And to see that, yeah, that makes me feel really good to see those kids smiling and having a good time. That's heartwarming. Yep, very heartwarming.
It really was heartwarming. You know, Dr. Donna, in the future, there's no way we can plan an outreach without bringing musicians with us. That's a lesson right there. And really, so Joey, you're locked in. You know, we want to even bring more musicians. So that's the language, right?
Mhm.
That's the universal
That's
language,
it.
Universal.
That is it.
especially in these crazy times, right?
Yeah.
It is the universal language. That's the thing about that will always bring peace, right? So,
Yeah.
Dr. Hines, as we get ready to wrap, let's hear your thoughts. Tonight.
I think the outreach was a wonderful initiative. I think we gained as much as we brought. The benefit was mutual. The kind of reception that we had was remarkable. The kind of initiative that we brought was needed and very well received. I think it was just a win-win. Any way you look at it, I think it was a win. I think the minds that conceived that particular initiative was intervention of God's will. I think that's was not a man-made thought process. I think, even though it came through man, but I think the initiative itself was God's will. So I just feel that we just tapped in to where we should have been in terms of God's will for the whole thing. I believe that we may have begun what I call a new thing. And a new thing is generally one of God's concepts. He tends to do new things. He can make ways out of no way. He can create a way through the wilderness. He can create an oasis in a desert. And I think he gives us the same ability and the same capability. And I think this was one of those experiences where he allowed us to be a part of making a way in his will. And I think we did our part, and I think we benefited from it. So that's it.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes.
Dr. Hines. Yvonne, final thoughts before we close out?
I'm going back next year. And I'm bringing others with me next year, providing it's approved. But like-minded people, we strive to serve others who are less fortunate than ourselves, and that we're able to help where there's a need. One of my saying is that we show up. And I always say, it's never too little to give. Never too little to give. If I have half, I can share with 2 or 3, 4 or 5 others. You come to my house and I cook for 2, 10 people show up, they're going to get meal. So reaching out to the community and reaching out to further than just our immediate community is a great thing. It gives me love in my heart, lightness in my heart, smile to my heart, make my spirit feels lighter, and I feel closer that I'm doing God's work. We're not spreading God's word, but we're spreading God's kindness, God's way of feeding others, helping others, brotherhood, sisterhood, and we commune that way. So we might not be calling Jesus or God's name all the time and trying to get others into the fold of Christianity, but through that we serve and we help others. And I don't know, others that are listening, I can tell you it is fulfilling. And like all of us here say, at one point or the other, we feel joy in our hearts or joy in our spirit that we're able to help others. I thank everybody for letting me a part of and helping me to be a part of. Thank you.
Thank you, Yvonne. You are a part of this movement, right? So, Joey West, final thoughts.
Yeah, just want to thank you and Donna for considering me for this trip, and really appreciate that. Can't tell you how much fun I've had and enjoyed myself, and the company that I had. The honor of meeting Dr. Hines, Jackie, and my nurse caretaker. That's the other thing people didn't know, is I was laughing before, and you're talking about Yvonne being a nurse. I didn't tell people as Donna, Laxley, and Honorable Lenny were there waiting in the waiting room. Yvonne was right there by my side while I had gotten sick with food poisoning. Had my medications ready for me there, told me what's supposed to be done, da-da-da-da-da, and so on. So God bless her. She was everything there for the right purpose, right reason, and so on and so forth. Not only that, ministering to others and helping out, but she helped take care of one part of the team that managed to get himself sick. And I thank you so much, my dear. Can't tell you how much that is appreciated. And also Dr. Loxley, Donna, and Lenny, like I said, sitting there in that waiting room and bringing me there. That concerned also to bring me. So, like I said, the love, camaraderie, and mutual respect is just incredible. And as I said, to every team member that's not here on and so forth, and also in Africa, thank you all so much for making it the most pleasant trip I've ever had ever. And can't wait to come back again. And again, thank you guys for inviting me and having me along as part of the team. I'm very happy to be a member.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joy, and for all that you did on this to support this initiative, because you made a huge difference, as did all the members. Now, Donna, you owe Yvonne a big thank you. Because if Yvonne was not on this trip, guess who would have been taking care of Joey?
Tag.
You owe her a big hug. You can give her right. You can give it to her right now. Yvonne, you saved Donna, because Donna would have been the one.
Donna was there with me too. Anyway,
well,
she was there too.
The one. Trust me.
She was there.
Before I say my piece, I want to play another video here, and this was special.
I never forget you, I never pretend to.
Never forget you. How big is that, right? As we
I've
won't
been
forget.
I've been trying to sing the words over and over in my head, and I play that video trying to get the words, because that is just like, when you hear a song and it just keeps sticking in your head. That's been doing that to me.
Yes.
Beautiful song.
Never
Beautiful
forget
song.
you.
Yes.
What a way to send us on our way, right?
Mhm.
What a way. And we appreciate our friends, our family in Kenya, because we will never be visitors again. We'll always be friends and families, right? So as we draw tonight's episode to a close, we're reminded that the true power of service isn't measured by numbers. It's measured by names, by faces, and by moments that stay with us long after we return home. And Yvonne, you're still talking about the song Art. You said that you're changed forever. Joey, you're changed forever. That is what happened to us in Kenya. What we experienced in Kenya was more than outreach. It was outpouring,
Mhm.
a pouring out of love, of time, of hope. And in return, we were filled with something eternal. Art, you say you're changed forever, right?
That's
We
right.
held the hands of children who had never owned a pair of shoes, as far as we know. 98 of them didn't have shoes, right? We looked into the eyes of mothers. I remember when we were at the school and we had those mothers sitting there from early in the morning waiting for us to show up.
Yeah.
That was huge, right? We planted trees and we also planted dreams. That to me was the big thing that we did. We planted dreams in these youngsters, right? So we, I believe that we broke bread and we built bridges. And in every act, large or small, we saw a glimpse of the world as it could be, as it could be. And how important is that, especially the way things are these days? And for me, this is what it means to collide with purpose. This is what a collision with purpose is all about. So to every listener, every viewer, and every heart, tune in tonight and will watch this episode. May this show tonight stir your soul. May it reignite your passion and may it challenge you to ask, what can I do? What is next? Because we know that the world need more spectators. We have enough of those. It needs servants, servant leaders. It needs storytellers. It needs you. I'm going to pass this to Donna.
Wow. So, are we closing out? Am I doing my closing out here? Okay, so I just want to say to our team members, very humbled and grateful that you said yes to come with us on such a journey. And I'm happy that you've all changed. You've taken something away that is positive. You had a positive experience, which tells me that you will now take that and you will go out to the world and have conversations with your friends and family about how important it is to really give back, right? You've experienced giving back on a different level. To our audience, thank you for joining us, of course, and staying on with us. One thing that I would like to leave us all with is that we went to Kenya to give individuals who we figure were less fortunate. But in doing so, we received a lot. Every time we gave, they gave back to us. And that proves to us that in our society, no matter how small of anything you have, you can still share. It is still important to share because sharing is going to change someone's life. Just being kind, it doesn't cost you anything to be kind and to show love and appreciation to each other. So with that, I am going to charge all of us here online and also individuals who are watching to go out there and find someone that you don't know and just do one act of kindness. One act of kindness. And just have, let that be your life story, is just continue being kind. Because it doesn't cost us anything to be kind. And hopefully just one action, hopefully eventually, we can start a trend, and, maybe it will be part of our legacy where we change this world just to be kind and loving. So with that, I do thank everyone for joining us this evening on In the Spotlight, and I hope everyone has a wonderful remainder of the week, and, absolutely be safe out there.
Step into the spotlight. Couple lights on, cameras roll. Time to break the mold. No more silence, every story's gotta be told. Truth in the air, no filter, no disguise. Real talk, real change. We open up your eyes. We got the voices that are changing the game. Fearless, unchained, calling our names. From the struggles to the